the world's most touching animal reunions. Number 1 is a real tearjerker that has made millions of viewers cry. Even the president couldn't help but intervene. You think animals are just about being cute and cuddly? Wrong. Their affection for humans can transcend life and death, crossing mountains and rivers, all for a single reunion. There's a gorilla so excited it hugs its owner's head and refuses to let go. A lion pounces into its owner's arms like a giant cat, showering them with kisses. A horse, upon seeing its owner, does something rare and actually starts to cry. There's even a cat that, after being lost for months, found its own way home. But the most moving of all is number 1, a reunion across 16,000 kilometers that moved the president of Lebanon so much that he personally amended the law to protect it. In this episode, join us as we witness the most heart-stirring reunion moments in the animal kingdom. Get your tissues ready, and let's see how far you can make it without breaking down. We look forward to your subscription and likes. Number 10, a long-awaited reunion between a donkey and a human. This is real footage captured by a netizen. A donkey, raised by its owner's own hands, actually starts sobbing in public upon seeing its owner again after several months of separation. Listen to its mournful cries, as if blaming its owner for not coming to find it sooner. Hearing this, the owner can't help but shed tears as well. It's not that he didn't want to see this little fellow. He was just overwhelmed with too many things to do and couldn't be everywhere at once. Hearing the donkey's sorrowful cries makes his heart ache even more. But thankfully, he's back now and never wants to leave again. This donkey can't leap into its owner's arms like other small animals, but it still can't hide its excitement. It keeps circling its owner, constantly rubbing its head against his body. In this way, they pour out their longing for each other, their bond fully materialized. You must remember, no matter how far you go, your most beloved pet will always be there waiting for you. They're the ones who love you most in this world. Number 9. A long-awaited reunion between a human and a dog. Dogs are humanity's best friends, and their reunions with humans are among the most heartwarming scenes. Look, this dog, after a long period of treatment, is finally being discharged from the hospital. The owner came to pick it up at the first opportunity. The dog immediately leaped into its owner's arms, constantly kissing his skin, sniffing his scent, as if trying to pour out all the emotions from their days apart in this single moment. The owner is also incredibly excited. He missed his dog so much. This warm and touching reunion will be a memory they cherish for a lifetime. This dog finally sees its long-lost owner. It jumps around excitedly, as if trying to tell its owner about all the grievances from their time apart. Although the owner looks big and strong, he is full of tenderness. He looks at the dog dotingly, like a beloved child. The days of separation have made him realize their importance to each other. It's as if his gaze is telling the dog, "Don't be afraid, I will never leave you again." Do you know how much your dog loves you? The following video is proof. Two people were arguing heatedly over this dog. Both want to take it home. So, the judge decided to let the dog choose for itself. A miracle happened. When the dog was put down, it ran without hesitation to its beloved owner. Look at it jumping around. Look at its adorable expression. At this moment, the person it chose must be crying tears of joy. It turns out, we too can feel happiness from being chosen by a pet. Finally, the judge didn't forget to remind the man to take good care of his dog. In truth, this was unnecessary. The fact that the dog chose the man is proof that he must treat his dog very, very well. This yellow dog was once scared away by a neighbor's fireworks. It jumped over the fence and hid somewhere unknown. From that day on, its family searched for it anxiously. Every day, the owner couldn't sleep, worried that something terrible had happened to it. Fortunately, it was found by a kind family who took it home and cared for it. Finally, this day came. The owner heard the news and rushed over, once again seeing his beloved dog. Upon seeing its owner, the dog immediately walked over. Look at its sad yet moved eyes. It's as if you can see the tears in them from a distance. During its time away from its owner, it must have been so scared. Those dark days make this reunion even more precious. Number 8. a long-awaited reunion between a human and a lion. This is one of the most touching scenes ever. A lion finally sees its long-lost owner. It pounces excitedly, hugging its owner tightly, even knocking him over with its strength. But the owner doesn't mind these details. He enjoys the lion's affection. When it was a cub, he briefly raised this lion. Later, he had to leave for various reasons. For countless days and nights, he missed this little one. This time, he came to see the little guy as soon as he returned. On his way, he was anxious, wondering if the little one had forgotten him. The scene before him proves his worries were needless. Not only does the lion remember him, but it also misses him deeply. This fierce beast is more tender than we could have imagined. After so many years, both still remember each other's faces. Such a deep bond is incredibly moving. The next video also shows a reunion between a lion and a human. This lion is even more excited, its emotions expressed even more intensely. It wraps its paws tightly around its owner's neck, refusing to let go. When its owner is pushed to the ground, it simply snuggles into his arms, just like when it was a cub. At this moment, it's no longer the majestic beast of the zoo. It's just a beloved child by its owner's side. Ever since its owner left, it has missed him every single day and night. Now, its longing has finally been answered. It must cherish this moment. The touching scene before you is not from a movie. It's a true story that happened in real life. This lion once suffered in a zoo and was rescued by the owner you see now. But the owner was too busy to care for the lion every day and had to send it to a professional facility. Here, the lion could have eaten and drunk well, living a carefree life. But because it missed its adoptive mother, it refused to eat. It was like a child throwing a tantrum, but no one could bear to blame it. After all, such affection is incredibly precious. Meanwhile, the adoptive mother missed the lion just as much. She traveled thousands of miles to finally arrive, leading to the touching scene at the beginning. They kiss, pouring out their mutual longing. This love that crossed mountains and seas brought everyone present to tears. This is how sincerely animals love humans. To have such affection is truly a great fortune for humanity. Number 7, a reunion between a human and a gorilla. This gorilla excitedly pounces on the human, so moved it's about to cry. The humans next to it are also cheering with excitement. They keep stroking the gorilla, trying to kiss it. The gorilla responds to their affection in kind, even laughing out loud with joy. At this moment, they seem not like owner and pet, but like a real family. In fact, they had waited for this reunion for a very, very long time. When it was young, this gorilla was briefly adopted by this family. From then on, their destinies were quietly intertwined. Those days of shared laughter were etched into each other's minds. Even after many years apart, they could still recognize each other at first glance in a crowd and hold each other tightly. Their bond has stood the test of time, becoming even more precious. After this reunion, they couldn't bear to be separated again. A similar scene also happened with this chimpanzee. Many years ago, this chimpanzee was helped by the woman you see before you. Years later, when a woman returned to where the chimpanzee lived, it recognized her at first sight. It couldn't help but laugh out loud as they shook hands. Through the screen, we can all feel this chimpanzee's excitement. Perhaps it had been waiting for the woman all along, and this day had finally come. As their hands clasped, the affection between them grew even stronger. The woman hugged the two chimpanzees tightly and began to cry aloud. At this moment, the chimpanzees also couldn't contain their emotions and embraced the woman. In their world, there was only each other. From now on, no one could ever separate them again. Number 6, a long-awaited reunion between a human and a chicken. Look, this white rooster actually bypasses the adults and jumps straight into the little boy's arms. And the little boy was already waiting for him with a smile. They hug each other tightly, unwilling to let go for even a moment, both seeming to cherish this warm moment. It turns out this chicken was chosen by the little boy when it was just a chick. He had always taken meticulous care of it, spending a long, long time with it every day. Later, the boy had to go away for school and wasn't home for a long time. They were thus forced apart. Finally, the boy returned. He didn't care about anything else and ran straight to the backyard. The chicken, finally seeing its owner, also went straight to his side. They embraced as they always had, and at this moment, even time seemed to stand still. It turns out that it's not just dogs and cats that share the same emotions as humans. Even chickens can love humans this way. This is surveillance footage from a netizen's home. Yes, you're not mistaken. The expensive surveillance system he bought was installed in the chicken coop. Because this chicken is his treasure, his most beloved pet. He loves them as he loves his family. And the chickens feel the same way. Every day, they obediently wait here for their owner to return. They don't know when the door will be pushed open. They only know that guarding this home is guarding their owner. Finally, the owner, who had been away on a long business trip, returned. When light streamed into the room, we could feel the chicken's joy even through the screen. When the owner opened the door, it was the first to walk out, circling its owner. It can't speak, but it can express its deep love for its owner through its actions. You see, sometimes you don't need an expensive pet. Even a simple chicken can love you this much. Number 5, a long-awaited reunion between a human and a parrot. Can you believe it? Even parrots can form deep bonds with humans. Before you, this parrot had been separated from its owner for a very long time. This day, the owner finally returned. When he took the parrot out of its cage, it was overcome with emotion and started dancing on its owner's hand. At this moment, every pore of its being was overflowing with happiness, and every feather was telling a story of endless longing. This scene delighted the owner. What could be more precious than this genuine affection? He may not be the wealthiest person, but at this moment, he possesses something truly precious in this world: love. Number 4, a long-awaited reunion between a cheetah and a human. In many people's eyes, cheetahs are fierce creatures. They don't seem to form emotional bonds with humans. But look at the following scene. This cheetah, upon seeing its owner after many years of separation, actually shows its gentle side. It pounces on its owner, unable to resist kissing him. It wants to give all its love to its owner. At this moment, it is no longer a wild beast, but an adorable creature. It wants to stay by its owner's side forever. After so many years, it can still recognize its owner at first sight. Its love for its owner has never changed. This is something many humans cannot achieve. The next cheetah also loves its owner deeply, seeing its owner again after many years. Its expression is one of complete surprise and emotion. The owner tries to play with it as he did in the old days, and it actually repeats its old actions. It's telling its owner, "I never forgot you. As long as you come back, we're the most important part of each other's lives." The reason the cheetah values this relationship so deeply is entirely because its owner was so good to it. Many years ago, the owner accidentally found this little cheetah and took it home to care for it. The little cheetah was meticulously fed by the owner, who also took it traveling everywhere. They were inseparable, like family. Later, due to work, the owner had to leave the cheetah at a foster station. This was a very difficult decision, but he had no choice. After leaving the cheetah, he missed the little one every single day. This time, he has returned, and he doesn't plan on leaving again. He wants to protect the cheetah forever. If the cheetah could understand human language, I think it would be overjoyed to hear this good news. Every separation reminds us of the meaning of being together. The greatest happiness in the world is reunion. Number 3, a long-awaited reunion between a human and a monkey. Look, this monkey is pouncing into its owner's arms, excitedly sniffing his scent. At this moment, it is deeply moved because it has finally seen its long-missed owner. It cannot express its feelings in words, so it can only use this method to tell its owner, "I miss you. I really, really miss you." The owner continuously strokes the monkey's fur. He proudly tells the people next to him the story of him and the monkey. It turns out he was once this monkey's keeper, but had to leave due to work. This time, he came back specifically to see this little one. He didn't expect the little one to be just as excited as he was. When he finally had to leave, the little monkey clung tightly to his arm. If the monkey could speak at this moment, it would surely use 1,000 words to beg its owner to stay. Seeing this scene, Aren't you moved to tears? This little monkey is so full of emotion. If possible, please come and see it more often. Number 2, a long-awaited reunion between a cat and a human. A netizen, away from home for many years, finally returned to his old house. To his surprise, the little cat he once raised was still guarding the place. Hearing him open the door, the little cat rushed over and circled him, as if telling him of its long-held affection. Over the years, things had changed, and the house had fallen into disrepair. Only this little cat remained unchanged. It had always believed its owner would come back. This deep affection brought the owner to tears. Looking at the little cat, the owner was filled with mixed emotions. He couldn't imagine how the little cat had managed all these years, or how much it had suffered. He planned to take the little cat to his new home, but unexpectedly, the cat refused to go with him, no matter what. It turned out the little cat wanted to keep guarding this home forever. It hoped that every time its owner returned, it would be there to see him. People may leave home and travel far, but the little cat will forever stay in the place we once shared, living on beautiful memories. If you also have a little cat at home, would you still bear to leave? Wouldn't you be reluctant to leave for even a moment? If this little cat was one that always guarded its owner's home, then the next little cat is one that always remembers the way home. The little cat that its owner had carefully raised went missing. He worried about it constantly. Many days passed, and the whole family gave up the search. They all thought the little cat had met with misfortune. But unexpectedly, one night, the little cat found its own way home. The owner was lying on the sofa when the little cat called out to him softly, wishing he would hear it quickly. Finally, the owner noticed the sound outside the door. He got up quickly. The moment he saw the little cat, he was almost stunned, unable to believe what he was seeing. He quickly opened the door and held the little cat tightly in his arms. He kept stroking the little cat, asking where it had been all this time, if it was okay, if it had been bullied. Seeing the owner so overjoyed, the little cat's entire difficult journey was worth it. What supported it on its way home was the owner's love and warmth. This little cat finally found its long-lost owner. It was so excited it was about to cry. The owner was also incredibly thrilled. Just like old times, he let the little cat jump onto his body, acting as a cat tree for it to play on. The moment it jumped onto its owner, the little cat must have felt an immense sense of security. This was its true home. Hearing that the little cat was back, the owner's girlfriend also hurried over. Seeing her, the little cat immediately climbed onto her lap, playing with her just like before. The adults gathered around the little cat, showing a joy they hadn't felt in a long time. It turns out happiness is really that simple. It's just a long-awaited reunion. Number 1, a long-awaited reunion between a white stork and its owner. This is the most touching love story of the 21st century. Countless people around the world hoped for their reunion. The president even changed the law for them. This story took place in 1993. An old man in Croatia adopted a female white stork, naming her Melina. The old man was very good to Melina, building her a nest, feeding her, taking her for walks, and playing with her. Melina's arrival enriched the old man's later years, and his meticulous care greatly improved Melina's quality of life. They were living happily in each other's company when, one day, the appearance of another white stork broke the tranquility. It was a male white stork. From the moment he arrived, Melina fell deeply in love with him, and he fell in love with her too. Seeing them so inseparable, the old man didn't have the heart to disturb them. Later, the old man named the male stork Klepetin and planned to let him stay and live with Melina. At first, Melina and Klepetin lived very happily, inseparable all day long. However, on an ordinary afternoon, Klepetin suddenly flew away for some unknown reason and was never heard from again. From then on, Melina became depressed and grew thinner by the day. She thought she had been abandoned by Klepetin and was devastated. Seeing Melina in such pain, the old man was very worried. While cursing Klepetin for being a heartbreaker, he took good care of Melina, hoping to help her through this difficult time. But who would have thought that a year later, Klepetin would miraculously fly back? It turned out Klepetin was a migratory bird. He had to fly south at a fixed time every year and then fly back. To see Melina, Klepetin had to fly from South Africa across the entire African continent to Europe, a journey of a full 16,000 kilometers. He did this for 15 years. Every year, he was the first to fly back and the last to leave, just to spend a little more time with Melina. But in the spring of 2017, after Klepidon flew away, he never came back. The old man and Melina were very worried. He checked online and found out that in Lebanon, where poaching was rampant, many migratory birds had met with misfortune. They guessed that Klepidon had run into danger there. To save Klepidon, the old man mustered his courage and used a feather Klepidon had left behind to write a letter to the president of Lebanon, telling the love story of Klepidon and Melina. After the letter was delivered to the president, he was greatly moved. He immediately issued a decree banning the local hunting of migratory birds. During that time, the love story of Melina and Klepidon also spread across the internet. Countless netizens prayed for Klepidon's safe return and reunion with Melina. Some media outlets even set up a 24-hour live stream by the nest, reporting on Melina and Klepidon's situation to the audience. Finally, amid the hopes of countless netizens, a miracle happened. This time, Klepidon really did fly back. Melina was overjoyed to see Klepidon. The old man was even more moved to tears when he saw Klepidon again. The footage of their long-awaited reunion was broadcast countless times, moving innumerable people. No one knows what Klepidon went through on his journey back, but we believe that to fly back to see the old man and Melina, he must have used all his strength. Such sincere affection is rare in this world. This long-awaited reunion brings tears to our eyes. Of these 10 most touching reunions, which one made you break down? Leave a comment and let me know. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. See you tomorrow for the daily update.